Welcome to Learn English with Legends. Hello everyone, this is Learn English Through Story. Today's story is the story of Elon Musk. Have you ever heard about Elon Musk? How did he start his life? What kind of problems has he faced? What kind of person is he? If you don't know much about him, this is the perfect story for you. This is the story of Elon Musk, the man who sold his first game for $500 at the age of 12 and made himself a millionaire. Once upon a time in South Africa, there was a young boy who was just 12 years old. His name was Elon Musk. His father, Errol, was a business executive and his mother, May, was a dietitian. Even though his parents had their own professions, they were also computer programmers. So from the age of 9, Elon would spend all of his free time in front of the computer learning how to code. He learned how to type with 2 fingers and he could type very fast. And at that time, he read a book called Computer Literacy for the IBM PC, which taught him how to make games on computers. He used the coding skills he learned in the book and made his first game. The name of the game was Blastar. He wanted to sell it to a magazine called PC Magazine, and he believed that if they liked it, they would publish it and send him money. So he took the floppy disk with the game and went to meet the people at the magazine. They tested the game and said that it was great. But they said that they didn't have any money. They said, "We really like your game, but we don't have any money. Why don't you sell it to other magazines?" After hearing this, Elon found another magazine called PC Magazine. This time they really liked his game and bought it for $500. It was the first time that Elon had earned so much money by himself. That day, he decided to become a businessman. He never wanted to work for anyone else again. He thought that making games was fun, but he thought that making games was more fun. So after selling his first game, he continued making more games and selling them to different magazines. And after a few months, he became a millionaire. But when Elon told his parents that he had become a millionaire, they weren't happy. In fact, they were upset. They told Elon that they didn't want him to skip school to make games. And they told him to get back to school. When Elon heard this, he felt upset. He knew that they were right. He had skipped many classes to make games, and he hadn't studied at all. So he promised his parents that he would go back to school and finish his education. At the same time, he wanted to continue making games and becoming a successful businessman. So he started working extra hard. After school, he would go to the library and study. And during the weekends, he would make games. After a few months, he had finished high school. Then he started university, but he soon dropped out of university to focus on his business. When Elon dropped out of university, his parents were very upset. They had hoped that Elon would finish his studies and find a stable job. But Elon didn't listen to them. He was sure that he could make it on his own. So he left university and moved to Silicon Valley. In Silicon Valley, he met lots of smart people and great minds. He met people who were also starting their own businesses. Together, they made new companies and created innovative products. But Elon wanted to do something more than what was being done in Silicon Valley. He wanted to change the world, so he started his own company. He named it Zip2. When Elon started his company, he didn't have enough money. So he lived in a small apartment with his friend. He didn't have enough money to hire employees, so he worked with volunteers. Despite all the difficulties, Elon worked very hard. He spent almost every waking hour working on his business. One day, his hard work paid off. A big company offered to buy his company for $18 million. Elon couldn't believe it. He had made his first big success. But he didn't stop there. Instead, he reinvested the money into his new company. He named it XCOM. At that time, the internet was very popular. Everyone was using the internet, and there were millions of users. But there was a problem. People couldn't transfer money online. If they wanted to buy something, they had to use a credit card, so Elon wanted to fix that problem. He wanted to create a way for people to transfer money easily online. And that's why he created XCOM. With XCOM, people could send and receive money through their computers. All they had to do was enter the other person's email address. The money would then be sent to their account. It was very easy. And because of this, XCOM quickly grew. There were millions of users in no time. But one day, someone hacked into X.com and stole lots of money. The hackers had found a bug in the system, and they used it to steal customers' money. When Elon heard this, he panicked. He immediately called the police and tried to fix the bug. But it was too late. The damage had already been done. Because of this, Elon lost his company and all of his money. But even after losing all of his money, Elon wasn't upset. In fact, he was excited. He had learned a lot from his experience with X.com, and he knew that he could do better next time. So he started working on a new business idea. This time he wanted to solve a bigger problem. He wanted to help people travel around the world. For that, he needed a lot of money. So he talked to his friend Peter Thiel and asked him for a loan. Peter was a rich businessman, and he agreed to lend Elon some money. With the money, Elon started his new company. He named it SpaceX. SpaceX was a rocket manufacturing company. Elon wanted to build rockets that could go into space and travel around the world. But building rockets isn't easy. It requires a lot of knowledge, and Elon didn't know anything about rockets. So he hired some engineers and started working on his first rocket. It took him several years to complete the rocket, but finally he was ready to test it. On March 1, 2006, Elon launched his first rocket. Unfortunately, it exploded on the launch pad. Elon was disappointed, but he wasn't discouraged. He had learned a lot from this experience, and he knew that he could do better next time, so he started working on his second rocket. This time, he made some changes to the design, and those changes made a big difference. The rocket flew into the sky and reached space. Elon was overjoyed. He had finally done it. He had built a rocket that could go into space. Since then, SpaceX has become one of the most successful rocket companies in the world. They have launched thousands of rockets into space, and Elon hasn't stopped there. He's also working on a new rocket called Starship. Starship will be the biggest and most powerful rocket in the world. It will be able to carry 100 tons of cargo to space. With Starship, Elon plans to take humans to Mars. He wants to build a colony on Mars where people can live. Today, Elon Musk is one of the richest people in the world. He has a net worth of over $200 billion. But despite his wealth, Elon is still working hard. He believes that hard work is the key to success. He knows that if he stops working hard, he will fail, and he doesn't want to fail. He wants to keep pushing himself to be the best he can be. I hope you enjoyed the story of Elon Musk. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Thanks for watching.